Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Today is Tuesday, September 11th. So first off, I want to say, um, of course, we all know this was a very tragic day in the country's history. September 11th, 2001. Um, I remember it plainly. I was almost 15 years old at the time. Um, when the attacks went down, and it was really sad stuff, really horrible to watch. So just never forget this day, and prayers out to the families who lost loved ones that day. Real sad stuff. Um, okay, on to some football here. Week one is in the books. What did we learn? Well, I'll tell you what we learned. Here we go. Aaron Rodgers. As much as I despise the Green Bay Packers, you have to give that man his props, no matter what team you cheer for. Whether it be division rival or not, you have to give that man his props. Um, he completed like a few passes in the first half, and he had 13 yards passing in the first half, and 273 in the second half, and three touchdowns. Got to give that man his props, and he's definitely worth every penny that Green Bay gave him. What else did we learn? Khalil Mack is also worth every penny. He's showing why the Bears traded for him. What did he have in the game? A sack, fumble recovery, an interception, and a defensive touchdown. Khalil Mack is definitely worth the price the Bears gave him. Um, Julio Jones, still a beast, obviously. I mean, that's not going to change for a while. 10 catches, 169 yards against the Eagles. I mean, he didn't score, so that's the unfortunate part there. Um, I know he did good for a lot of fantasy owners, but still, you can't doubt his talent. So that's Julio Jones' big night, the first game of the season. Ryan Fitzpatrick is still alive and well, talent wise. I mean, think about it. This is the guy who was getting a lot of flack for throwing what, five, I believe, 5 or 6 interceptions in a single game, and this guy come back, throws up 4 TDs against the New Orleans Saints in New Orleans, mind you. 4 TDs, throws for 417 yards. I mean, he looked awesome yesterday. He really did. Not yesterday, Sunday, excuse me. He looked great. And while you're on the subject of Tampa, Mike Evans and Deshaun Jackson. Deshaun Jackson really bounced back. He had a down year last year. He came out with a vengeance on Sunday. He and Mike Evans lit it up. Mike Evans, 7 catches, 146 yards, touchdown. Deshaun Jackson, 5 catches, 146, 2 touchdowns. Those two lit it up. Now, if Jameis comes back and they can keep up production like that, things could get a little interesting down there in Tampa. It really could. Um, Tom Brady. What can you say about him that we already don't know? The guy's great. Doing big things into his 40s. Now, of course, it's been done before. I mean, Vinny Testaverde and Brett Favre played into their 40s, but still, Tom Brady's getting it done at a high level. So, to me, he's the GOAT quarterback right now. A lot of people will say Aaron Rodgers, but I don't know. I guess you put him like one in a 1A 1B category or something like that because those two are definitely the tops in this league right now. Um, the Vikings defense gave Jimmy Garoppolo hell yesterday. They was in his face all game. 3 interceptions in a 24-16 win in Minnesota. That was just I guess the Minnesota Vikings putting the league on notice that that defense is still stout and not going anywhere. Um, Last night, Sam Darnold coming out party. He threw a pick six. Everybody was down on him. Next thing you know, he began to torch the Detroit Lions for 2 touchdowns. And the rest of the team looked great also. Isaiah Crowell had over 100 yards rushing. I didn't think that would happen. Bilal Powell chipped in with some nice yardage. And they destroyed the Detroit Lions. It was crazy. But let me hurry up and get through this. Todd Gurley still doing Todd Gurley things. 147 total yards from scrimmage against the Raiders. He did his thing. Um, Patrick Mahomes and Tyreek Hill. Could they be the next great quarterback wide receiver duo in the league? Patrick Mahomes, 4 TDs against a Charger defense that everybody was very high on. Tyreek Hill, it was like child's play out there with him against the Chargers. It was child's play. 2 touchdowns receiving and a punt return touchdown on the first touch of the season for the Chiefs. I mean, he may indeed be the fastest man in football. Gonna be interesting in Kansas City, I tell you what. Um, Cleveland Browns. Well, we learned this. They now cannot go 0-16 because they didn't lose on Sunday. How about that? And their defense forced 4 turnovers against the Pittsburgh Steelers in a tie. That's right, folks. You heard it, a tie. But hell, I guess a tie is better than taking a loss. So let's see if they can build on that. Andrew Luck. Wow. He looked to be back in top form against Cincinnati. Now, the Colts lost that game, as we all know. But Andrew Luck looked to be back in top form. I believe he completed 39 passes out of 53 and had, 319 yards, 2 touchdowns. He did throw an interception. And, but, him coming back from an injury and playing as great as he did, I give him mad props. And I hope he continues to get better. I believe that is everything. So, it was an excellent week 1. Here's to hoping week 2 a whole lot better. Good luck to all your teams in week 2. And which performances stood out to you? Let me know in the comments section. And I'll get back to y'all later on. So have a good one.